Hello YouTubers and welcome to another Doctor Who action figure review. For today's review I shall be giving you a look at the Fourth Doctor and TARDIS as seen from Shada set. Now, if you've seen my action figure review of the Fourth Doctor regenerated with TARDIS sets, then you'll know that the packaging for this is more or less the same sort of thing you're going to get. Same sort of thing you're going to expect. So you've got the 13th Doctor's logo, you've got the figures inside this window box, very nicely displayed inside there. There's a backdrop behind the figures as well. It's Professor Chronotis' study, which you see in Shada. So that's very nice if you want to display that as well. There's another image of the figures, what you're getting in the set, and there at the back gives you another look at the figures, as well as telling you that the TARDIS has opening doors, quite a little bit of useful information there, and it gives you a bio about this story overall, which is based off. So overall, nice packaging. I've said this before, nice packaging. Got the 13th Doctor's TARDIS, which I think we're getting next year, and there is the same sort of thing going on there, and then you've got all your other stuff at the bottom. So that's your packaging. Now let's take a look at this set in more detail outside of the box. And here they are out of the box. Now it's time to take a closer look at these, starting off with the TARDIS. Now there's not much to talk about with this TARDIS. It's very similar in terms of size and scale to the previous TARDIS models that we've got in this figure line. Specifically, one that I could only compare this to would be the TARDIS which came with the Fourth Doctor regenerated, which I reviewed not too long ago. So if you want to check out that review, then I highly recommend you do so. Of course, with this being a different story later down the line in the Fourth Doctor era, a few things were changed here and there on the model. Of course, most notably the windows and the lamp and the sign. So taking a look at the lamp, I think it's quite nicely detailed. You know, it's painted blue and you got silver just underneath there, and it just connects to the flat roof because the roof is still flat at this point. And the windows have been very nicely painted as well. Have the familiar fiberglass just here on the end windows here, and it stands out a lot more than most of the TARDIS props which we've seen throughout the show's history. And of course, once again, Character Options have done a good job with the sign. They've not just stuck on a label like they have done with the new series TARDIS props, what they've made for the Character Options range, so I'm quite pleased with that. Stands out. Got a little bit of scratches here and there as well. I think that was done on purpose. I'd like to think it was done on purpose. And once again, you've got that really nice wood grain effect going on. Little detail of the keyhole where you would put the TARDIS key. You got the sign there, and you can see, like, with the light I'm shining on this, it really does stand out all the way around the TARDIS prop. Obviously, you've got that horrible thing on the back which indicates this has sound effects, but of course, as this is a B&M set, sadly we don't have this, as this would raise the price of this figure and raise the production costs. Lastly, taking a look inside, it's pretty much the same as usual. There's nothing inside, no TARDIS interior, nothing like that. It's just all plain inside, but it does the job. And I'll just close these doors. Always remember, close this one first, and then voila, Bob's your uncle. So overall, very nice version of the TARDIS, which also before I forget to mention, has a black base, which is quite interesting, but I guess it adds more variation to all of your other TARDIS figures. Taking a look at the millionth version of the Fourth Doctor now, and once again, very good figure. He's wearing his white shirt, which he wore at this point during his time, during season 17. You can't really tell, but his hair, there's little bits of grey in his hair here and there. Very much looks like Tom Baker, one of the better likenesses, if I do say so myself. The coat is just painted brown, works very well. Very similar to the Pyramids of Mars version of the Fourth Doctor action figure. And trousers are very much the same. He's wearing his boots this time around, and he also has the scarf, which was first seen on the City of Death version of the Fourth Doctor, which was released many moons ago now, but it was painted quite differently to that scarf, which I'm quite pleased with, to be completely honest with you. Even the tassels on the end have been painted in different colours, so I've got to say that Character Options have done a very good job detail wise. Now, of course, the scarf is removable, but one criticism that I've got, and you're probably wondering why I was posing it like that, is that the scarf likes to fold out on its own like that. Now, from what I believe, I think a few people have had this problem. It might be the way that this figure was packaged or whatever, but it's just a bit of a annoyance really when it comes to this particular figure with the scarf. Obviously I want to display him with the scarf on because that's what most Fourth Doctor figures have, so it's a little bit of a shame, but what I tend to do is just put his hand there like that, and it just stops it from coming out, if you will. Of course, articulation is pretty standard. Head can do a 360-degree turn. The arms, the biceps, the elbows, the wrists, the legs, the knees, and the waist. So overall, pretty standard when it comes to your Fourth Doctor figures. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with an accessory, but it doesn't really bother me, seeing as we've had millions of those released in the past. So overall, very good variation of the Fourth Doctor to have. Very much looks like how the Fourth Doctor looked in this story, albeit the scarf isn't entirely accurate with its colours, but you can't get everything right. Comparing him with the City of Death version, you can see what I was on about. It is the same sculpt for the scarf, but of course you can really see that the colours are the same, and of course the costumes are the same, which is right because he wore two different costumes between each story. Out of the two, I'm not really sure which one I prefer. I like them both equally. They all have their pluses and they all have the minuses. So that's your comparison for this review. And that is the end of this review. Thank you so much for watching this action figure review of the Fourth Doctor and TARDIS set. It's been a joy to review this as always. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe, and stay tuned for more Doctor Who action figure reviews coming to the channel. Bye for now.